We know that in KwaZulu-Natal and in eThekwini there was some issues with the Auditor General having to withdraw his team because of violent threats and threats to their lives. What can you do to help that situation?
Yes, we were actually quite shocked that there are people who could even be so bold as to think they can threaten an Auditor General. You don't do that. It's unacceptable, and it's something that we must just make sure that it never becomes a culture in the government of South Africa, in the whole area of ensuring good governance. So from where we sit, we have actually communicated with all the stakeholders. We had a meeting, a discussion amongst ourselves, Minister of Police, Minister of Treasury, Finance, Minister of Public Service and Administration, and we agreed that we'll be able to give whatever support is needed by the Auditor General. We met with the AG. We've also communicated with the Premier and the MEC of Kokta, as well as the mayors, particularly this one of eThekwini. And we've pointed it out to them that they need to do something so that this culture never ever develops, that Auditor General cannot be blocked by any threats or any intimidation, and that everything has to be done. At this point, I know that the Minister of Police has already communicated with them to say he's laying police to be available to do the investigations of the source of the threats, as well as to secure, when necessary, the AG staff. And the mayor has also assured me that she has done everything, because, as you know, when there was this issue of intimidation, we don't know where it came from, whether it was staff or outsiders, but certainly we're saying whoever it is, they just have no chance that they can get away with that. So the mayor has put a number of steps in. The MEC, I just finished talking to her. They're also working on it. The Premier, I spoke to him. They're also working on it. And of course, I've sent the letter to the Premier, as well as the Minister of Police has done the same. So we're basically saying, when you touch the AG, you have touched us all. There's no way we're going to let it go. So that's the way. But I think that somebody was taking a chance, and we wanted to make it very clear that there's no such. We will never allow such a situation. What we can do, obviously, we need to ensure that the culture of understanding audit, and that people must never fear audits. They must know that it's in the interest of their institutions that they're being audited, and that police must always step in and investigate whenever there's any such a situation. There's a case that's been opened, and the police are investigating that, and that's the way to go with the Auditor General. And then we've got our teams who are ready to step in to give support, whatever support. We just wait for the AG to say what other additional support they would need in this case. As you'll know, AG is not like they were auditing. They just needed to do certain work in terms of assessing documentation ahead of time, so that when they do the audit, it's not difficult. Whatever it was, though, it's Auditor General's work that they were doing. And so from where we sit, we will always stand on the side of the AG to make sure there's no such intimidations.